Ladies and gentlemen,
boys and girls,
welcome to the greatest podcast on the planet.
My homies keep on checking you out. They wishing to be yours and they taking you out. It's getting to my head and they pissing me off. I got some real ones and they tipping me off. I know you from the inside out. We do some real talking at my mama's house. We finna get something for $1. We might just hit home in a Honda. But are you ready? I am ready. Don't keep me waiting. I'm okay. I'm just minutes away. You can call me any day. You can.
Mention gorgeous.
But yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
But Louis is so changing. But it's true. You actually have a point.
So ngabe kuyinto yakhona. Ukuthi maybe change of weather, change of environment.
Another uvalela ngaphandle namuhla.
But usunjani?
Barely alive.
Phela ama-fans akho abesesibuza ukuthi
amani
ama-fans
abantu esiphilisana lawo. uRalph ngiyobhale ku Twitter wathi umuntu yavuza nguwani.
Uthi umuntu yabutshona la kanti fan.
Ngathi ngisaba ngacabanga
ngathi Jane ngathi like
ngicabanga ngathi
mina ngama ngalethi
nah bro come on why we talk about you
ngenzani antatha screenshot ngathi membe yami ikhuluma ngobani
mina manje ngabhala i-comment ngadilita ngabhala ngathi yazi i-comment yami isithi hey for the last time bro kudala ngixolisa but kanti ngisho sengiyokhuluma ngama you know what mina ngishane la
ngathi screenshot ngathi shit ebenqela lapho umuntu yakathabe kakhulu.
I think probably a lot of people interpreted it to move, but it wasn't even you.
Mgcini.
Like
but it's good content. No, but I think enye into sengayenanzela with the social media, like abantu ba-interprete izinto. Like let's say please ngeke lokubuya for the next 4 weeks. Elama reasons akavalid sibi.
Yeah.
Studio thina lapha si record. The assumption is sesibhotshelene
kumbe tweet khona pha maybe ngeday ku record to press maybe phomthi fuck it
and yokuthetha ngento zakho bro
dog ngiyabe ngizilalela the weekend mina ingoma egcina kudala niggas never love me but I still made it anyway
yabo
and then yeah
this always has been one of the problem yama vele I core issue ye social media. We are now aware of too many opinions.
Yeah, ezinye izinto ndoda ziyabe zingatsho lutho bro.
Dog.
Abantu always find indlela kuphela.
Now you consider I feel like if you are moved by if you're moved by social media and things people say on social media, you deserve to be moved by social. Yeah, exactly the kind of person those things are targeted for.
Yeah, uzinkingi yena. Awuvumela ucontrol social media. Otherwise, how are you doing guys?
It's easy.
Mfana namhla nukelela. Izele.
Guys.
Remember no, smelling fresh. Yeah, what's happening?
A man like smell like money. I'm saying no.
I'm told.
For sure.
Oh yeah. I saw it. I responded.
You responded?
Yeah, I responded to the email.
You
are no bro.
Back or a bag. Stop it.
Insha perfume. I've been sitting out with a perfume.
Ushazama perfume. Kulo mnye umuntu ade ay yazi Twitter mina kangichoneki kakhulu namuhla. Okade sithi you smell nice is enough. There's no need to ask.
Ubuze ukuthi spray yana.
Azesikopa nama smell.
Mi secret yami mina la. Ngabo. But mfana yazi enye into enginanzelelayo lately. Uyazibona ukuthi usujola nto. Mase lisiba nama debate ukuthi wena mele ugele indevu ubungazigeli.
Yeah. You are inside.
Daughter. Like so like
kanti sokulo baby kathi.
Akhona vele. Akhona vele.
Yo.
Akhona vele.
How angikwazi mina ngithala mina uzangu.
Kanti kujala wangicina.
Wena nje wathi la ushon lekeng. Thina sesake saspoiler la ngobaby kaMembe.
Yabo.
What the F? It's that crazy.
But anyways, that's not the story. I'm saying.
Esikhulunywa ngilokho zenile. Esikhulunywa nguRalph. What if umuntu alispoiler isuyokhuluma ngayo? So
nguye.
I'm 100% confident ukuthi nguye. So in that thing bro. Ukuthi like izinto ezinje ukugela indevu like nxa ngathi ngifuna ukugela indevu athiwa
umuntu sesiba le-input
khari indevu ngeze yabani yani
wena ukhuluma lami ole-rastelile mina it's a weekly debate
ukuthi mele wena ufuna ukulikhipha kumbe
yamna ngiyiswingi nje mina vele ngiyiswingi
nje
kuthiwa kumele likrotshwe kumele lilungiswe kumele wayingithanda ukulibopha yabona Java pigtails I'm going to but it must touch so
that's how science
anza bounce back
so mina
ubebeza mina belesibindi
mina bemfuna ukulokuze bemfuna ukugela inkinta yabo ngiqalise kaje yabo maybe I told you umuntu lemnyama kanti izinzinza za last year lendev
which is true my boy which is true so ufuna futhi the whole thing along
ngifuna ukukhipha yonke maybe ngifuna sala le mustache
fine kumele chaye uyeso episode
yeah but very content
say cholo mustache
ngifuna ukukhuluma something futhi yawonanzelela ukuthi bro like awuza ucabanye lokho ukuthi abadala ungabakhangela so ubakhangela observe nje uzihlayile abadala bakhangela ungafunga ukuthi emhlabeni wazi biyanga ngeintercourse
sokufana le meme leni yakudala ukuthi African parents ehlala la usukusela uzalo uzube 27 years no hug no kiss no what but ngini you 7 bro like bro
it's very hard to believe weso of into efana so ngena lapha sisake sa hosta uyakwazi ukuthi sometimes you can't keep it on a low ebusuku noma kuthwana
yeah
but dude look at a check at some point kuyaswakala
man at least you win lawo
sikaze sawuza bro
look at bro look is very uyasuye kufunga kuswaka
ni Mike
ngamisa ku holiday
kuthi uhambe ku auntie
holiday khona pha ikabasala khona pha
abani problem ukuthi vela into lena barela schedule ukuthi uthi singayichafa for the next 2 weeks asahluphani for 3 months
but ndoda mina ngikutshela ukuthi andilali mina
at some point you should have heard something
at some point
yeah,
bro mele ngize something bro.
Yeah
but you'd swear ukuthi vela kola next
athi nxa sathengo my room was next to theirs
bra not even ngawani
inxa ubuzitshela ukuthi incethina lathi ukuthi ngasiphakathi thina kuyithi senzayo sizitshela ukuthi abantu abaphandle baya izinxe lathi ngakuyithi abantu abezu
no bro
khali lenzana abafana be broke back mountain you guys deliver
ndoda
lithini Mgciso
yeah ababadala ba innocent ababukela into zeni
yeah plus naselenze izinto nabafana bamakhanile ingasi amakhanile ingasi labana
lezi zikhuluma lezi ngezintsha bangizazi nini nale
wena ubona Mgcini shevela indifo
yeah Mgcini
ushevela ushevela umuntu uqasa kujola sesheva indifo sesithi ikhanile ingasi kayazi anywho
ladies and gentlemen boys and girls welcome to another episode of the ByoPodcast ingxoxo 99 Kbrizzy khona Ralph khona Gcini khona Maforty khona sonke zikhona
back in business
yeah
wait uyakwazi ngikhuthu episode 58 because that was supposed to be my 20th episode
but yazi long bani
long 6
long 6
hey you promised us beaches bro
wasithembise manje ukuze nina ama-hoes la so disenze njani
ukuthi
wesibenza sithune lamapholo lapha vele besitshela Maforty namhla pole dancing lapha i special episode
Kbrizzy iproblem ekhona ukuthi otshele bakhona banjani bale data so basendlini bameleleni I documentary Al Jazeera kubi phumile kube bala
but we're still waiting yabuya nini episode
before sikhuluma episode ya Al Jazeera leya sathi sirecord episode ka Maforty and Maforty wile freedom of speech that day zona linye ankela lami ukuthi lathi before ngifuna ukuthi before likhuluma ngeAl Jazeera libe lizwile voice note there episode vele ibuye hayi wabona selizakathwa kathesi mfiki selizakathwa eZimbabwe kokukhuluma umchithi ukuthi you cannot talk about democracy akholubike view yakhe selizakathwa
abadoza sikhathisa abadoza
ivoice note le yinde le kule part lapha ngezokhonethwa phela chomi labana baya kushaya ungasazali
asingahleki manje akufani lokho
So yeah.
Ungasanjani.
Do you know how many messages were coming that I put on my status?
Are you okay?
Says good morning, Maforty is keeping. Oh, watch you.
No, as in bro, mina my take on that is abantu babasibophisayo, abantu babasichayisayo.
Exactly.
Abantu babasichayisayo. Because amapholisa abe relaxed. Babehleka la ijoke.
Maybe amapholisa akadata. Akadata uvula YouTube. Selikhuluma urezido ku YouTube.
And then lina mali fika lapha.
Mali fika. Selifaka la mphakathi. Kanti ngokukhuluma ngala studio no. Selifaka la mphakathi.
Abantu labo vele I think into lesi yasebenza kakhulu emndweni zethu.
And then amapholisa
more than ukuchaywa kakhona.
And then amapholisa mayisihamba lapha nesiyabala ama comments. Sithola kuthiwa Alina Lisa watchwally. No, what was one of the people about comment. What if this guy will be arrested?
Is it your fault?
Hey,
Nota.
Hey,
we are saying not.
Yeah, well, so
no,
just
try.
We would like to.
Police all
the people.
Police notice the kuruma.
Hey, police seli tucha lapana seli bona kuthiwa ubotshwa. So nganilo naselilala esipani.
Vela bafana la kathi
point. Yeah.
Ngikela ukusibophisa lina.
So guys, xa umuntu angikhuluma ngepolitics la ndani hleka kuphela udlule kuphela into ongayenzi
umbono
ungafaki
judgment uthi loka botho
yabo
but vela bona ndizoyikhuluma phela ngilokuze leya because as we're filming this ayikaphumi so maybe
by the time episode comes out iLiverpool le Manchester kebezoki kwadala
Wala ngikhulume kathesi ngikhulume right now. It's okay, my boy. You'll get us next time. You'll get us next time. Not today.
Yo, bro. But end up in Kuma, funny enough, besides the game, Real Madrid, Liverpool has managed to keep 4 clean sheets.
Ooh. Okay, so improve. Plus your you guys are coming back from injury.
Am injuries?
Of course, Ngaphandle Kate made injury.
Kate uhlele bro.
Ngabuyele ku-injury
ngoba uyachebisa. Ngoneyma, kulabo player vele ahlele
injury prone. It's true. Anje ukubona even ku FIFA ngama stats like kuyabhala injury prone what.
Yeah.
But Michael Owen also his career.
Oh yeah.
Do you know I saw a stat, I don't know how true it is. Ukuthi uShaqiri oqeda icareer yakhe but uke walimala recently
ukwadlala kodwa kulokuzini kuBayern before uya kulokuzini
maybe I saw that stat around 2018 where akazelimala he had never been on injury but I think ngesemdala kathi samathambo asafana but uke
walimala futhi I think ku Liverpool
and yeah my dad has a quote he likes saying at the house uthi the problem with Manchester United is that the fans are more serious than the players. Manchester was Manchester United very brand yabo comfy. Comfy, but cockiness. Because even if we look at
y'all niggas are cocky as fuck, bro.
Outside of the fans, let's look at the players themselves. If we list maybe the 5 cockiest players that have been in the Premier League in the last 5 years, Sebisa is Zlatan, Menu, Pogba. Menu. Siyathi Thambalo, Ronaldo, Menu. Sizathuba. Mnafa ku Jesse Lingard. Jesse Lingard uyazitshela umfana lo. It's mostly if we do a list of 10 cocky players, 7 of them Manchester United. You know what I'm saying?
So available
and bro, mina kule WhatsApp group engiyo. Bonke basapoti Menu.
Yeah. Menu. Sakufakela nje ukuzwela mfana.
Menu ngiyiwani kuphela ngeLiverpool.
So Menu it just speaks to also history abakuthi igcwele le success because a lot of people run into these teams ngabe lama good run, yebo?
Plus with at the end of the day,
if you're winning a lot of things, you're going to have
a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
ukuphuza njani kanesi?
Irivalry esesingayichecka sibili ukuthi sibili abantu badabalana sibili 99 time awila Menu le Liverpool.
Yeah, that one is real, bro.
Liana Vele is Ahlala Vele.
Yeah. Liana Vele even goes back because initially Liverpool was leader by far. It was the most successful club.
Oh,
and then he catch up in the last since Barclays. Barclays started in 93, I think. That's when it became Barclays. Before I think it was called something else. And then since we got with Barclays, we dominated Barclays. I mean, out of 18 years, we started at 13.
Yeah.
And then we ended up catching up to Liverpool. That's how that rivalry began. We became the 2 biggest teams.
Okay.
And Liverpool let drought 30 years, yeah.
That's how. So initially, that's how I hate Liverpool was.
Yeah.
By 1992, I think Liverpool maybe 18 major trophies. Emmanuel won.
Damn.
And then they caught up. Right
How
now, I think
fake is
what you want.
But utena ngathi Hispania shy.
Ghost utena kuzoya uthasiqeda kuwina iCarabao.
Para somdilo amaphepha.
Stop it.
Ngathi
Ute suka ku conference wabe khohlwa trophy. Then mayimtshela amtshela ukhohlwa trophy la. Wabe said I can leave it to get another one. That's what we like, dog.
Ngabona enye meme ethiwa wonke abantu fly around Manchester, just be careful of sandstorms. Kule low visibility. They just open their trophy cabinet.
But at least you Carabao winning game.
Carabao kade bengayifuni. Ngathi wabona ama team abeginqiza
lela. But yeah, any new music, what are you guys listening to?
Ladies and gentlemen, new music out, Kbrizzy. This may come as a surprise.
But you're famous.
This might be surprising. I am actually a renowned artist of note. So, single yamenza iyadikhala lapha episode qala mbiya correctly.
Ngeke sifake because YouTube is flag for
it's true.
Right.
Into zokuba ama established.
But I know we can always add the link with description.
Yeah.
The link with description, run up your numbers. Spotify, click on the link. Spotify, Apple Music, yonke into title.
Yeah, it's there.
Ngikhatsha uJay-Z, ngikhatsha umgcini noJay-Z.
Siyakuzama thina sekini. Mbani futhi omiyekhiphile?
Since the last one, Mass Country was it?
Yeah. Have you listened to the whole album? Obvious.
Here comes the plot twist. I actually haven't listened to it because once I listen to it, it's done. There's nothing to look forward to. At least I can live with that knowing there's still some AKA I haven't heard.
Oh, okay.
I'm telling you, I haven't listened to it. Hasn't got me one Upelu Crown. Because that one won't go to Kuruma and then boys may play more. So if you come
because the album is that packed. Like I'm saying, Ingoma is just trenders, even like my charts.
Yeah, but look Crown writing on your and I saw and the look Crown, what it sounds like me.
I think
it's the one.
City, this sounds like
yeah, I'm chilling the same
wasn't
thing.
It? Nah, it's not Crown.
Yeah, when I want to keep your album last year.
Part one Gomalazes, the Malok drum, part Amapiano, low Ease, low Everest, somewhere.
Yeah,
you send me a snippet, and then there's also a guy, Michael Carter, also sent me a snippet that this sounds like something you posted on Facebook a year ago, and then he sent me the snippet, and you posted on Facebook of a song I still haven't put out.
Yeah, when in the shop like Ngogu release a Masinyan. You would say it's like evidence.
It's true. It's true. Mina, this coming album, most of these songs are like a year and a half old, bro. This was even before AKA started working on the Mass Country, but you're going to hear some similarities.
But our Mass Country, out of 10, obvious. We fail go to ungai rate out of guy.
It's up there with his best albums. I'm still failing, maybe over time, same Pindang Avisel Touch My Blood Pairs, but
but do you think Yama numbers la le reception was based on the fact that two members say come
Obvious, dog.
Obvious, but Touch My Blood went platinum in less than a month.
So praise.
Wabo remember leni hambe music ila ma security so abantu begijimela no Michael Jackson.
Wabo Touch My Blood labana ngokuchicha ufudu laba.
So remember lena even iphila incapable of ukwenza khonoko kwenzakala. But of course the numbers are going to balloon because people now abanye abantu were not probably njengo Prince so maybe so zalalele. Atezahamba maybe ku-tour ayibona live.
Some people wait for the music to come to them, you know what I'm saying? They don't actively pursue it.
So but now everyone is just going to the links because it's the only outlet as it goes. Remember I said so yeah.
But Mnaven City reception it might have been bigger based on the fact that remember I said
yes, we can take away maybe 3 million streams from
and I'm saying please
is Konagatis.
Often in Goma trend, you know what to do.
You know what I'm saying?
Go jump off a cliff, nigga.
Yes,
until.
Kona lapha thina ithi service uploading ngoma lapha sesihlanya njani
lesikhanya. Babe refer to this episode. So kuthiwa umgcini okhuluma actually umgcini vele nguye
vele wathi
wayekwazi
Yeah.
Yeah, well, but it's a good album.
It's a really good
I
album.
know what I heard. I just heard. Obviously, I know Lemonade. Which other one came out?
That's the other thing. Futhi,
Lemonade Company.
Into engiyisolile nge-album
Oh, Lo Prada.
engathi ngabe ngiyisolile maybe nge-roll out plan yakhe wakhipha amasinga amaningi wakhipha 4 singles. Imagine wena nxa ungakazi wezwe uPrada
but yabona dog, Lina, you guys are hip hop heads. That's why you're talking like this. You want to eat up the music. They open and want to see how many songs did I like here, how many songs do I know. And there's more of them than there are of us. Nalami, when I just saw the track list, I was like, there's already 4 songs that I know. That's already 30% of the album gone, bro.
I remember Silila Lila Liketa Puma, Faithful. That's zonke ingoma. Mina sengiskip 800 ufike nini wena la ngoma lezena dala zaphuma sempambili mina sengiskipile ngafika.
Actually listening to the songs again because sometimes when you're trying to actually tap into the sonics and see which way state of mind see, you can just listen to everything at once.
I check level to the
start sounding different. I see Patrick, I see Lava now. It won't be making sense, but someone says Lava now, I go like, so that's why.
But I hear what you're saying. You know, this is another dynamic that we always have to tackle as artists. I mean, I'm saying
multi-talented.
No, like international, I'm international, baby.
Yeah, I was from Buza the other day.
Yeah, because
there's a bunch, but Africans predominantly, but English
Africans.
Yeah, Vambo, Herrero, Tamara.
I saw someone, Oblivy, Sherubai, whatever. I couldn't even pronounce the name. So I was surprised with the language one because
that sounds like a traditional name. Maybe Vambo, Tamara, Herrero. I forgot the other tribes.
Kbrizzy.
Oh, anyways, international artist.
Oh yes, we have to balance between, because here's what happens. Most of the time as a studio, the people we have around us are experts in the industry. And you know, now you hear where his head is at. He wants to receive a lot of content. So it's easy for me to be in that environment working on music. And then we forget to end product ilalela umuntu onjani.
Yeah. Ilalela umuntu yini?
15 seconds.
It's complicated.
Yeah.
And this is why sometimes it's important also to always go out and do shows, because when you do shows, you actually pick up what people like more than what I have, and then you can go back. So always cycle can get as feet. Yabo. Ungamukwenza ama show njengami. Keep it too. Because I album yamthinja. Because enjoy it.
But I know, I think ingoma yakho bezizingeyishaya because then ngola ama rise ki.
Come on, man.
So meaning with
100%, bro.
YouTube ingas flaker sekwanisa ukulu.
Iyakhuluma nami.
Bakuthini.
So you can actually appeal.
Yeah, I can appeal. Then uPriz bamthumelile kuzeni email.
Okay. What are you going to tell me?
So we're going to play this song.
We actually have to make shout outs to our fans. Not our fans, but our members of the show.
You guys were a family here.
Because like guys,
we sit in conversation.
Ama lights on alaw eswa fakileyo la. Ama $2 lama 19 rand. Abantu ababhatala every month ukuthi sibuye la.
I-laptop lesa ithenga ama likes.
Sengitshelela abantu. So we have Donna Vuma, Tanya Matwasa, Michelle Mgcini, Robson Allen Chirara, Dumolwayo Moyo, Nandi, Vicky, the girl from Bulawayo, Nijeti Sol, Van Kumalo, Bushe, Vimbai, Mfana Futi, Nganes. And guys, abantu bona la ngiceda kuba announce out now. Bakwanisa kumele ba rejoin phela ndi membership,
subscription.
Yeah, subscription. Lingakhohlwa. Abanye thothi umuntu
odlula kabani.
Waphonga ukuthi power sethusela.
That's why we senze limited content for our members.
Yeah, azenye into
ngicabanga bona khona i-blow job ikhaya.
Ukuthi singaziwa thi too thick guys. Sijaziwa limazi vele ngi
same time.
Bamnta ngicabanga yini ukuthi mase siza release i-episode maybe njengayo naleyo sizaqala siyifakele for ama members bayibukele kuqala. Noma bayi2.
No way too. It's fine.
Yeah.
Or we can do other separate content for Vele Shalanje strictly for members.
Yeah, I feel like behind the scenes.
Sexy. Only sex I want to love. Whoever patanelli pay. Only sexy la.
So no designs him down so very.
TV. TVZ.
But yeah, I think singing Zanjalan. Sing away sense sharp for our members. So shout out to our members.
Thank you very much.
And if you're not a member, please guys join the membership. Sibele Mali, Sibe Mnad.
And we actually always eternally appreciate everyone who takes time out of their day to watch this.
Yeah, let's cut. Ucabanga ukuthi isikhathi sonke lesi kulomntwana keselalela.
Just how many minutes?
Angikwazi isilinga minutes. Phela namhla ngathi yilo kuzeni. Dala saqina nabantu bafethu.
Hey, abantu bakwazi ngiyagula. Send love.
Kari afuna ukusitshela ukuthi kwenzakalani kumbe ufuna usifihlela. Maybe ngixesi ungasiza abanye abantu ukuthi bazivikele.
Yeah, I think there's a strand of a cough going around. I don't know if it's bronchitis or whooping cough. Because me and at least 3 of the people that I've been in contact with had this woman coughing a period dog. Monthly.
Yeah, I remember because last 2 episodes
I was already coughing, remember?
Yeah.
And then I missed 2 episodes.
Then you missed 2 episodes.
This is the 5th episode.
This nigga has been sick for a month.
So lingabona uPrize ngeke wahlala ubuza uthi ungapha Kbrizzy. Uyabe khohlela.
I had to go get my lungs checked out today.
Serious? Oh,
ama results angibona phumile. Ekuthola ngili.
Masala khona ubone I'm fine.
Uchekisa
alamali mina ukhametsha ama x-ray ama lungs. You know, I saw something crazy, bro. And I really wanted to speak about this on the show.
Sure.
Do you know a common misconception that everyone has, including me, until I saw this? There wasn't a turn at a certain age. The age you are turning is not the year you're entering, it's the year you just concluded. Like now 10 or 30 years, you want to city. Hello, year 30, let's see what this year brings me. But also say year 31, you actually just finished year 30. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Hey, Phanas, I'm confused. Pinda foot.
Like it. And you want to Zara was only 1 month.
Hey. Come on, guys.
Hey, man.
Come on, face it. What's that one?
Yes, sir.
Obviously, by 1 month. Or to 10 or 1 month, Lafana. You are not entering month 1. And also click to do 1 month. Because someone to sell 1 month. And then you are entering month 2.
But then
Lalela. Because again, feel again. Unana said 10 year 1 year. You're not entering the first year of your life. You just finished the first year of your life. You're entering the second year of your life. Do you hear what I'm saying?
Ukuthi iminyaka iqale uaccumulate vele usesiswini.
Hayi, not usesiswini. Uzala, angikhulumi ngesiswini. Uzaliwe Mgcini ngoJanuary.
Bengile 0 yeah.
Basitshela 1 month, 2 months. Then kuthi sokuJanuary landela kwathi Mgcini sele 1 year. Athi it means usele 1 year ephila kathi usengene eminyakeni wesi2.
So
that's what it means most.
Basically uyakubona especially amankazana yakuthandayo.
Amankazana yakuthandayo.
Sebemthengela ama flower phasi kuthiwa welcome 30
whatever. Hello year 30 but that's not year 30. You actually saying
hello lapho upost caption leyana uyusule 30 in 1 day.
Exactly. So when I
you're not welcoming.
Whatever
say goodbye.
Whatever age you are not living that year, bro. It's crazy. And that's what everyone thinks. I just turned 30. This is my 30th year. But
I'm sure
a lot of people are confused because I actually tried explaining it to a bunch of people this week.
Yeah.
9 months is this week. You didn't know.
No, forget about that.
I'm talking from birth. So I'm only 30 right now. This is your 31st year now.
I was thinking about confused. I think is how the calendar works. In Mhlaka 1, we're saying welcome 2023. So they think it's like that.
The same way. So I'm living my 30th year. But you are done with your 30 years.
Yeah.
You go to died at 30 years.
Welcome 2022 this year. But 2022 is a pelin.
Bafana lizicabanga nini into zonke zona lezi?
So lisenzani
internet? Actually, mina ku-internet into engijayisana lazo. I actually saw an article ACT. Let me just read it out because I'm going to uzenze ngathi mina into lezi very
Play verbatim, check. Usudi journalist, use the proper terms. Verbatim, bro. Read it out verbatim, bro.
Researchers at Northwest Means University in China set out to determine.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
Determine the impact of carbonated drinks like Coca-Cola and Pepsi on fertility during the 15-day study. So what these guys are saying is, ugunati Coke or ama drinks are carbonated increases its size, testosterone.
Yeah, testosterone, the testicle.
Going.
Testosterone, the testicle.
Yeah, it testicle, yeah.
Lebe seligcwele testosterone phakathi.
Anti-copain kusebenza konke.
La bathengile honest la. Nathi ngakwazi testosterone le testicle kusebenza ngoba kulamabizo arayimayo.
No anto kunye kuphakathi kokunye.
But testosterone is not necessarily in the
ngoba anasi lo
like Amos.
Lo nasal passage bafana.
Para abantu abayithi bathi nqona thi cocaine.
I'm like, it's bad, to be honest.
Bro, we've been drinking Coke for the longest time.
Bro.
Unamanga mfana. Ngiyangubona ukuthi usalupashi. Umfana is a heavy hitter.
But
in the sack.
Yabona mina into engayizwisisiyo ngama searches la is i-test le bayenze kumagundwane.
Yeah?
Yeah. Aso test abayenze ebantwini.
Okay. So now it's confusing.
So actually ama-tests amanengi yeah.
That's what's right. Listen, here's what's crazy. I could understand. The one I'd seen didn't mention testosterone. It mentioned testicles. So I don't know. Is there an appeal out there? Maybe ladies can tell us. Do they like men with bigger testicles? Is behind the game? So because testicles is put over fast of an engine.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm wrong, guys.
No, but when
I think you're right. Yeah. What's the use of balls?
I see you say ukuthi ubelelo kuzini.
Mthwali like
yeah, I know.
But do you know, because if they're using that thing to try and bait people to logo zeni, kube kuthi engineer khulu, kuthi crankshaft. They both have shaft. Kube kuthi crankshaft yakhula, that would have made sense.
Yeah, you got together by selling point
both testosterone and testicles are made bigger by just drinking Coke and Pepsi.
I'm the TBH and is by.
I think going a marketing strategy.
Yeah, some of these studies are lame.
Because I've actually read a book. It's the same thing. Apparently, cereal industry did. Apparently, there is actually no proof that breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
Hey.
That's what I heard.
Yeah,
they had to do it. And do you know if in cancer industry at the start, especially what's this famous one? Marlboro. Marlboro got hit with a heavy lawsuit because I forgot the case. One of those guys with cancer early into like rise of the conventional smoking, and then when they clearly paid doctors to say there actually was no correlation between smoking cigarettes and cancer, but at the end of the day, information became so overwhelming that they had to admit, okay, smoking might cause cancer. But in Valley, it was a common thing. Smoking doesn't cause cancer. Same thing has happened with the meat industry, especially people who are in the bodybuilding genre and gym and whatnot. So, meat highest highest protein. But however, in performance sports, lately there's been they are overhauling the entire industry. It was just a narrative. Push on abantu. Push on CSC, UK. But meat actually isn't the food source. That is the highest level of protein. First highest yes win.
Go to Kulumenge performance.
Sperm. What's up, guys?
I thought but that's a
performance.
So research is always manipulated, bro.
Yeah, so it's easy for but I think in this day and age, people are a little too well informed for that kind of thing.
Ting bala feather. It seems like research lay contradictor into by research. I think 10 years ago.
But you're Mgcini sisende.
But you cook your Mgcini.
Sona ba ibethanda amasente kangaka. 10 years, look at it. Guys, come on, guys.
Steady bro. Engunda, bro.
I'm gonna kill a cancer, guys.
Ndeni ngalihlekisa kakhulu nabana ngasika nje khwehlela. Thathi wayibe yazikhuluma nje umuntu omdala.
But like into lezi weird.
Amanga laba. Basifundela laba.
It's stupid. Babe befuna le mali futhi. Because you know these things are funded. The research be funded. Highest
source of protein. Ekudleni. Undisputed champ.
Uthenga ama spams.
100% dog.
So when as a man
nxa usukutha starvation usebhundu lapha. Uyazi ukuthi own goal.
Please
own goal. Second sauce. I want to cherry when we need it.
Yeah, cherry.
Why do you think cherry because it's sex, bro?
No. Never say sweet like.
Give him the mic.
Ocheri. Yeah, there's a study that was done, right? Why Ocheri will glow at a certain point in their life. So they took girls, women actually, and spent 30 days taking pictures of these women. They are mostly beautiful and glowing from the 12th day to the 16th day of their ovulation period. When they're actually more attractive, when their body gives out the
pheromones.
Yeah.
Women are more actually glowing and attractive on those days when they're ovulating. That's why women are actually more attractive.
Indoda la more attractive mayiphume bank. You know what I'm saying?
But I am spending so was it to number 2 in?
But anyway, angumani angazi ukuthi general consensus ithina ukuthi osisi once beqala ku heavy sex
ukuthi spam like
bayanona because bona ba ingesta direct.
Yi situation ukuthi intake kumele kube down there ukuze banone or kumele uyiginge emlonyeni ukuze protein lifinyelele.
Yeah, indaba zama-gag reflex and all that, bro. We know.
Karoteni.
Was indaba zonalezo, but anyway, let's keep it moving.
Anyway, as a professional.
But I mean, actually, our next episode is sex education.
Oh yes.
If everything goes well, select guest ezabisitshela vele ngento zonke zona lezo.
Kama izitaba no izigqayile.
Yeah, cause those niggas are like protein bros. Moment of silence. Anyway.
But inappropriate. Why don't you have protein bros?
Hey. Yeah.
I think that is actually a very offensive word. It has to be.
Yeah, I think so. Sorry, guys. Like, I'm just playing.
This is a keeper.
Nah.
Like this is a.
I don't know. This is my first time. I don't know if we coined the word today. How far about protein bros? Second highest source of protein, I think, soya beans. And then,
meat is down there.
It might be soya beans. I'm confused on 2 or 3. But do you know we have a surprise guest in that list?
So it couldn't be
really dangerous in protein, bro. It can be dangerous in protein. That's why if you never abanbama NGO or whatever, I'm a kind of right.
How about eggs?
I'm a kind of right. Do you know? It's 60 gram. A portion yama just in line whichever this trial. What are you equivalent to? Mama can't 12 or something. I hear bro. Okay. So my stats are a little muddled up. But that's why my kaya, especially like I'm NGO or whatever about health, ngabehamba ngathola umntwana uthiwa malnutrition batshela abazali ukuthi bephekela abantwana iporridge bese becrash amacimbi phakathi. Uyavuka spec epic emfana umntwana.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the bros can actually
nobody did
It was at that moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Anyway, I'll protein bros in your
But I would uyindoda udle yilokhu izenini. But as long as I survive skill. Sengicabanga ukuthi nje
labana ngathi ujumpile laba.
like
Does it count mayiphuma kuwe? Do you know I've always wondered? Nxa usuthirsty lafana vanhu phisiwe. Unganatha. But abantu bayakwenza still.
I want to say I'm sure
like abantu basemajele or you know you watch those survival movies umuntu othiwa stranded lokuzenini. Where was it I got to a point where I track my own urine but was a recycler for how long? I'm sure by was 5 yabusu yellow mfana leni nuka le.
Yabususha into enukunuka sibeni.
The public toilet.
But anyways, next week guys, if everything goes as planned, siyabesile sex education da. So mawale I think we'll do a poll. Yeah?
It sound is a capture.
Yeah, as a capture. It sound is a grain. You switch one do with the
yeah, I mean for sure cause
no, it's a grain.
Okay.
That's
Wait.
it's a grain.
We all good.
Yabo. So yeah, abantu nqabele imbuzo sizafaka I think Instagram. Ku BYO means
I'm sex related questions.
Yeah, sex related questions.
We have a sex expert coming in.
Yeah, so bring in the questions.
But mama, so I'm sure most of the questions she wants to respond to questions our conventional male and female.
Yeah.
I see what is it. Maybe she has answers to those, but no.
Yeah, I think they can just ask Yenuza's Bonelo.
Otherwise, what else has been happening? You guys want to talk about?
No, I wanted to talk about this, but it's like 3-4 weeks old now. Ingoma KO lana is a decent untuks or respond. Why is it response untuks?
He's wrong.
Bro, it was garbage, bro.
It's trash, bro.
Trash, my nigga.
It was trash, bro.
Trash, bro.
I think Nan's are in denial, but after that thing, I was like,
bro. Don't after this.
Bro, that thing was shocking. Akumlala bani even ephuma cash time ezenza ingoma zakhe uhamba ku scoop ku channel O.
Uscoop amkhuzi.
Uscoop wathi bro. Into lezana.
What are you proud of the products you're putting out?
Mina hayi.
Abanga je kuthi 10-year veteran izokuthi dala uleshowa.
Ku TV ishow yakho ne equivalent to live amp.
Yo.
Yeah, following some called Libizo. Channel whatever, channel OM something.
Yeah, I remember what you saw Scoop. Yeah.
Scoop I tell you.
I'm going to Twitter. What I'm opening a new label wants to come out of the management. I think why they one like, they want retweet.
Yeah, it's full of.
Let me machenzi ngangizama la mina ngafaka itweet enjalo yakwazi bomgcini babe phakathi before ukuthi hakati prices uvulile at least somebody.
Yeah, but kona lami lingabona mpostile something zero likes guys as my friends amanini akusoke kwenzakale obviously ndakuzake kwenzakale but I'm just saying
this keep it asked.
Yeah.
Why are people upset by likes and comments and why are people upset?
So verification of so odometer yakhona to gauge is your content successful.
And bro,
it's fucked up, but that's what it is.
As mina into engihlala ngicabanga futhi win ukuthi like sinje so sizathola ama visit from abantu abangu 50 and if 50 right now phandle ngala so like asoma numbers are vela big on social media, but I'm just thinking of a situation ukuthi if we are to host abantu abangu 50
and they show up and watch us talk for an hour
ukuthi basibukile lapha esirecordela khona
cabanga getting 1000 people uzokuthiwa ubone sokupaka izimoto apha kuthiwa sizobukela umgcini lo breeze bewoman.
But then why I'm saying so, maybe I'm just a fucked up person. I don't give a shit whether people like it or not. Like,
yeah.
Mina, I can say whatever, whether my views are on 2, whatever. I've said my piece. Send Kataya and Hani. Whether you guys like it or not, I've said my piece.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's actually where the headspace you need to be in to actually survive in social media. Because if you heard him correctly, he said, I've said my piece, which means for you, it's about you.
Yeah, I feel like get figure a point where you have a mentality. Yeah, well.
Do you know why I'm saying that? Dan?
Yeah.
This is why people end up getting depressed. You know, people go out there so that people can verify or give them sort of fulfilling. And you get I remember Calvin. Calvin did a song, he remixed Ngoma Casper.
Yeah.
He did like 25. I think at that point was the highest download from his map.
It probably was.
Like 25k downloads, you know.
I was beyond 25k.
At that point, no. There's a point it reached 25k. Like, 25k.
Yeah.
But they failed to make a video. That's so because of money that they needed, right? So the 25k got him nowhere. Yes. You get it? So sometimes these things that we think we want, or remember on my video I said something, but let me not repeat it. What I'm saying is we look for validation in the most wrong of places.
Likes are so mad.
No. Likes are as long as you're talking to the relevant people and doing it for the right reason.
But I so mad. They
don't really validate. I mean, like I say, if you go on my YouTube channel, I don't have as many subscribers or followers or people. But when I do a show, I make money than people probably have more likes and stuff like that. So I don't know. Maybe we are but if people are forgetting one thing about social media. That's not reality. That's not reality. I saw life there.
It's hard for people to actually accept that, bro, because that's where people get, it has become news. So that's where people get updates on things. But what I wanted to say was a part of the reason for tremendous success here in social media is also because of his structures of capitalism in the first place. To keep you spending more, they have to keep you attaining an unattainable goal. Chasing an unattainable goal.
Yeah.
Mina, at the time I was doing my advertising degree, our lecturer used to show us, do you know most of these girls, the reason why supermodels are skinny is because not a lot of people are like that. So we put these people who have these physical dimensions that are nearly impossible to achieve, and we place them on a pedestal. Then we get 90% of the population is chasing that. They'll buy your product until they die.
Yeah.
And he was showing me even the post-editing that gets done. Now, these girls already look, 1 in a million.
Yeah.
And they still get edited afterwards. So he was saying what passes for a beauty standard these days, it's actually something that doesn't exist in real life. This is why filters are now a thing. And makeup is such a big industry. That's why Rihanna is a billionaire. Because they have to keep us in this position where we are spending. And you have to attain. You go on a Coca-Cola. Look at how much of the actual ad is the product. 80% of the ad So now they keep us chasing that instead of actually saying this product does
advertising.
So you guys are saying it, maybe did marketing, but let's look at this.
Yeah.
When as ByoPodcast or ByoMemes.
ByoPodcast.
ByoPodcast, right? And ByoMemes, right?
Yeah.
When you look at it though, you have to sell a culture for people to buy your story. Right? That's what everyone does. Coca-Cola, they sell a culture for people to buy. This is why hip-hop in Zimbabwe cannot fly, because you're not selling your own culture. You are selling a culture. You're trying to replicate someone's culture. So someone does it better than you. So they can never really buy into that. South Africa sells the hip-hop so well because they've somehow put in their culture, their way of doing things. That's why people are able to sell it. So the problem is, most Zimbabweans, we lack identity, really. People talk about national address. That's not national address. Right? We lack identity. What is Bulawayo? I always tell people what Ndebele is for me. Ndebele is nothing to do about the language. Ndebele is a way of life. It's how you talk, how you walk, how you do your things. There's a friend of mine, his name is Uni Zarira, one of my managers actually. He says to me, he was born in Bulawayo, raised in Bulawayo. The only shona thing about him is his surname. It is Ndebele through and through. So as an artist or as a people, it's what is it that we are really selling? Because If you go on social media and you're trying to replicate someone else's story, someone else's culture, it will not fly.
It will not
But
work.
sell your own thing,
Lale.
it will fly.
Yeah.
I agree with what you're saying.
That guy. Skosana Skobokobo. In as much as sorry for the mix-up, but okay, sorry for that. But here's the thing: in as much as I don't feel like he's an artist in my own right,
Yeah.
but it's something that people can relate to, so that's why it's easy to sell him. You get it? I don't know.
I mean, I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. Most people, when they make that example, they use the hip hop, and the problem with the hip hop is hip hop is not an indigenous genre. We took this from people who built it. It came from Brooklyn, Queens, or whatever, and they set the tempo. Now, of course, in other countries like SA or in Nigeria, because of the population and how advanced their economy or their art industry is, they've been able to take that core structure and dilute it into their own. So, I mean, I think a good example to use in this country would be Amangoma. I feel like Amangoma have an identity.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like they do music here. And this is actually testament to what you were saying, because I feel like Amangoma came up with the identity, and that's why currently they're a bigger genre than hip hop.
But still, point abantu bazi Amangoma lawo aqalise replicate or something.
It's fine.
But
there's nothing under the sun.
No.
They took it and made it their own. Yes.
Exactly.
But I mean,
yeah.
So hip hop
there's
hasn't
nothing
done
new
that.
under the sun.
I feel like hip hop is genre like a strong economy country maybe be sharp vele.
That's the other problem.
Yeah.
Like
Hip hop
maybe
aifanani
Yabo?
labo jazz, labo kwaito, because those other genres you can tell a story of average and mediocre means hip hop
Because in a
purely
little
built on
lifestyle
it's purely built on flashiness.
Yabo?
It's standard apparel yako na diamonds.
I still don't agree.
Give him the mic.
When it comes to hip hop, right? I want you to look at SA hip hop with the squatter camps, the H2Os, but Ali Sadaba. They were not selling a flashy lifestyle.
That was the identity back
They
in
were
the day.
they were selling their, even Amangoma, if you look at Amangoma and you look at Raga, those are two different things altogether, but they are selling the Mbare lifestyle. The Mbare lifestyle. But can you sell the Luveve lifestyle? Is there anything that we can sell from Luveve? Is there anything that we can sell from Makokoba? But yes, we did. We sold theater from Makokoba through Amakosi. We sold Imbube to the world, didn't we? Lady Smith, Blake Mambazo, one of the African guys with the Grammys, they sold their type of music.
And that's true, but this goes back to saying each genre yabo, what kind of content is.
But we can mold the hip hop to sell our story Makokova.
Okay, that's,
we can model to sell it.
You see now
we can model
coming
it.
up with solutions.
We have to model it. But you know what? If you're gonna talk about popping champagne, dude, I've never seen you open a bottle of champagne in your entire life.
That's the genre, bro. That's the genre, bro. Hey, Owens. Honey Mini, what it is.
Like talking about Escalade, dude. You only closest thing to a car is Honda Fit. What you talk about an Escalade for?
But this is what ASAP has been doing for the longest time.
But
no.
ASAP's music is
I listen to Kingsville like ASAP.
Yeah, he talks
ASAP
about
was talking
actual
about the
things.
bag issues.
He talks about
the bag socials.
That's what put it there.
City or benches.
Enye into engitsho.
Yes.
I think wena ngongixoxela futhi. Usithi uDrake wathi eqalisa izinto ayilazo, izinto ayisebenzisa zazingaso zakhe.
Babe rent Rolls Royce.
Babe rent. Yabo? Like point.
Are you renting that Escalade in Zimbabwe? Are you renting that Escalade in Zimbabwe?
Obviously, economy.
No, but you know what they do. Know what they do that side.
I think enye into eshaphu ukuthi sikhulume lamabizo lengoma esikhuluma ngazo.
The record label has enough money to say, "Bra, we're gonna sell you. Here's a car. Here's a house."
Because they know they'll make the money back. And
they sell
industry
that. Yeah, we don't have record labels that have money. Let's use our
empty land, but I'm taking the pens. So, yeah.
But that's difficult, gents. You know, these things are easier said than done, because once again, if vein hip hop is a different vein, and Abantu, the people who listen to the music, I'm sitting here with creatives, but the people who listen to the music will tell you, I don't know Katumchov. That's what they say, bro. I don't know Katumchov.
Yeah. No, bro, I see bonke ababe bekhuluma nge-flash life. Vele ungaba artist, uthatha mic bro. Abantu baza ku criticize vele.
That's what I'm saying. Awasikaresi.
They put a pedals to would say these are the celebrities I've seen in the
Maforty
world.
celebrity.
Even Zimbabwe to be at that level.
Abantu bakobulawayo even ASF nje nje ukuzwa mina abantu abamlalela ku surface bese hayi bekhuluma ngento engelayo hey that's why simbone emepe esihambele ethu but ungala ukhuluma ama real issues it doesn't even say his money, it doesn't even mention that. Yeah, the audience is fucked up, sorry but the audience is fucked up. Yeah because bafaka ama Al Jazeera audience.
Mafethu mina maseveri dinga mina
When you guys when you started recording,
give him the mic.
When you guys started recording, something happened on Twitter. They posted something. The guy who runs the country talking about corruption and stuff like that. And people were like, "Why are you talking about this now today?" Because of that. Because of that thing that's about to come out.
You know what situation they went there? Yeah, because for the longest time, I'm saying for the longest time, indaba le yona le ansoze ngikhulume ukuthi bari issue yona le efuna uku-unearthwa ngabantu labana be ama-journalist lana has always been treated ingani a conspiracy theory. Like, what are you guys saying? Akula nto enje enzakalayo. Then all of a sudden niggas are like, sesile proof sayikhipha ilanga elinje. So kule panic. So ngani ufike wa light ebusuku endlini egcwele amawo. Ebontu wonke abezama ukudinga ikhava.
Matoda.
So yeah, it's funny. We'll see how it unfolds. But yeah, thina asiqamabizo lo muntu, asikhuluma ukuthi bayenzeni, sibomba ukuthi
no, so keep it part there. Money.
So yeah.
Simple.
We'll just see how it unfolds.
Like, question of the day is: would you rather, would you rather break up with someone over dinner or through text? You content here today.
Both of them.
Like, what's not the best way, because I feel like give so much insensitive, but what's the proper way of saying
dinner?
I think mina ndo ngabuya umuhle ehlime vela ngisakuyazi sesibone implant.
Follow up questions amaningi ukuthi
it's fine, you can
ask.
ask.
But break up ukuthi vele bese silwa lo muntu lo yena uzitshela ukuthi kuyiswiso ngasela sebe kudina yena usedress up ready, because that's it, bro.
Yeah.
Didn't expect it.
When these two things are wrong, go smart. Watch it, man. Guys, we're going for dinner. Guys, why?
But
I feel like you break up my sister Tuzani, bro. We knew.
Hey, daughter. Bro, from nowhere.
Are you expecting a breakup at the dinner?
No, never, dog. I think pick a fight, bro. Who break up the mundo pick a fight? He escalate.
No, but
presentation.
I feel like mele kubele lokuze in the trigger one. Mele kubele in the
when I said this,
give him the mic. Every time Mau Kuluma, like, okay, just
when we were in good space, I remember I said something good space and people don't believe me,
like,
right?
Twitter space.
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys were hosting. Okay. When I say stuff, people say I'm a photo la manga, right? But here's the thing. I think most of my breakups, I've never abused my mind. This is not working for me. I don't lie. I'm just as honest as, because I don't want someone to drag me.
So let us ngomas velela.
Mina velo I go there and tell this is not working anymore. I've tried. It's been months trying to see this works.
Okay.
It's not working.
So
I think
we have with the option yokuthi maybe ngiselling azama ukuthi lilungise izinto or vele abusifike ku point
anyway, like I would have tried to say maybe this way, because relationships is a lot of work, right? They're not rosy, so it's a lot of work. So I've tried for months to try. Most of the time I give myself 3 months to see if I can, right? And then there are things I do not even compromise on. This is for me is a no. And I won't even say no.
Out of curiosity, just mention one.
No. I don't mind. For me, if you are disrespectful to anyone, if you go out and eat and disrespectful people are serving us, for me it's done. For me it's done. So that now you know what? I don't think I can do this because of ABCD. And I won't expect you to change because that's who you are most of the time. Because people don't hide who they are most of the time.
But right? Maforty sephendulile ukuthi yena o break up njani lomuntu. Wena Kbrizzy.
Mina, my grounds for a breakup has to be something that happened. So I guess it would come off. Okay, we'll into fucked up ends because when I feel like by the time I'm into a relationship with someone, I've kind of figured you out. If interesting us break up, who you are as a person is fine for me. Interesting us break up is you wake up and do something, I was
surprised, into doing I expect,
fine. I'll feed off that. If it so happens that then we went to dinner, I guess that's where we break up. If we're talking on the phone, that's where we break up. That's all it is.
Njengomsuzo basically.
But I condemn.
You've been
I wouldn't call someone good dinner. I would rather call.
Yeah.
Depending what
but I'm too cordial for dinner.
Dinner bro but yeah, okunye futhi khona kuyana ukuthi into maybe esebelokhe sikhuluma mina unlike oma 40 maybe ukuthi engabona into angayifuni mina ngiyakutshela ukuthi lokho angikufuni but ngabona lokho kusenza probably call
njengani
but
itambo cherry nafana
for a long time but it's been a long time since I dumped someone so
umuntu awumdambi umuntu
utara awucherry kayalo and but I figured that's very toxic. That's a very toxic way. This guy still likes me. What?
But you're talking about party,
I'm a
party.
I'm a party.
Bad luck.
Do you guys have young sisters? Because if you have a young sister, whichever female you have in your life, you treat them the way you want someone to treat your young sister.
I never say this confused. I never say this for your calendar.
No. Because
I understand what you're saying.
No, I pictured myself.
Fucked up, look.
I've pictured this. Yeah. If I treat a girl so badly, I pictured if someone treated the same thing to my young sisters.
I guess. Yeah.
So for me, I've always tried to do right by the girls I date, so that hoping someone would do right for my young sister. And hopefully now my young sisters are married. You know what? With my young sisters, you know what I did with my young sisters? Like with my young sisters, I took them to the clubs. Their first time, I'm the one who took them to clubs. I took my young sisters to the clubs, and I was showing them this is how clubs are. And they said, you now can go on your own to the clubs. So I told them, if you want to go to the clubs, I give you the money. You don't go to the clubs in Malo Munyamuntu. You're not given transport by anyone. You transport yourself. Nazmali, I'm a taxi. I made sure, told my young sisters, if you are crappy, someone will teach you crappy. If you teach someone crappy, that might happen to you. So it's karma in life. So make sure you got your shit in order. Make sure you got your shit in order. Because karma is real, guys.
But it's not
dumping, but
I've never broken up with a girl.
For your own, you shouldn't be toxic. People are toxic.
I'm not thinking of break up with cherry one.
Times.
For the most part, we are.
It's very uncomfortable.
We are demoted. She now downgrades from the $79 package to the $49 whole package. Because someone occasion.
I used to be like that. That
is the otherwise he's sweet. That's
a very dangerous way of living.
It's true. I'm a dangerous man.
When you're a teenager or 20 in the 20s, it works. But the moment you go the north of 25, you have to drop that. You have to drop all that because now that people are coming in are using emotions. Man, get out my feelings. My feelings. And you don't want those are very dangerous things.
We are That's the point if we could. A lot of guys have like that one ex. That, or maybe we spoke about this in the show.
What's
off cam?
I remember saying is chwala.
Maforty has left this conversation.
I remember saying is chwala endaweni Indiana ungathi kusemini so.
Let's driver khona ngale ole caravan elisi.
Ole caravan dabangikhaya.
So city when most guys, maybe I'm wrong, but niggas will testify. Everyone has that. Oh, even for girls.
Yeah.
So everyone has that one or two exes or lava anytime it can still happen. So when the person you are dating, now come ex, because everyone up until very self-centered, still what you mean. But the chair the same way we less.
You know what, guys? You know what? But I get that point, right? I get Me, I'm very weird because I speak to almost all my exes.
Man whore?
All of them, right? And I even say happy birthday on your birthdays. Like we're cool like that. Right?
Yeah.
But to say I might just get back up. Nah. No, not that they're watching.
That's true,
no, it's not that they're watching, but I've trust me, I've looked into it. I know there's that one ex on a Soviet, right?
So also abanye basolve.
Give me one on a Soviet because we one in such a way ukuthi we umuntu oyangaza weakness amo okuzibuhlungu. Odingambona vele ngabaleka.
But everything guys, I feel like mele kufika point ukuthi khona kukuphela.
Ukwenzani?
Like ukuthi ex kule ex wathi ex lena vele ngathusha ngihlala ngiconfused. I feel like mele kube le phase.
For now I'm single so it happens, right? But one thing I've realized, right? Men will change for one girl in their life. We'll stop all our childish behavior for one girl, one. Only one. But when that girl comes, you change your way. So I don't know if women understand.
You want people to understand when I city people look at me pay to XA1, but you see when often
comes, guys.
Often apply logic in a very illogical field.
That's
he fucked up.
No, when I'm in engenza ngikhulume njalo I conversation lesayiqeda ngokuthi amajita I break up like ishaya enhlizweni like after some time yabo like ungananzelela wena ungayalana lo cherry vele uhla adwadle azonde khona uqeda kuphela antona lapha niyabusa sishaya iscore
thina
bana
lokhana
senjiyanela kwan and then uchera abe sharp abe se move on yabo umbone wena futhi lo muntu wakhe yikho lapho wena as a man ozaqalisa khona manje ukuhamba
yikho futhi ungawuthola icherry uma uqala ucela ubona ama ex akho umvete ubona ukuthi lezi zika movie ubona iselfie yakho ukuthi no cha iskipper seyasenani no
let me warn you
but that's dangerous.
Let me warn you when it comes to relationship, let me warn you, if you think your girlfriend or your partner or you do whatever engazwana le ex yakho, that's a very, very shitty thing because chances are kunokhona into engakapheli lapha. They need to be kumele nya institution lapha kumele nya ethi if ngabe bengenanto belama pending, that's very dangerous. Belama pending is very dangerous.
Mina I-argument yami would be angeza ke bahlala like bengakhulumisani but relationship yakhona vele ibe amicable bro. Mabehlangana hi how are you unjani grand. I would understand the situation like that but
oku dangerous lokhana ukuthi bebe lokho bezonde at some point bazabhuka konke ku flight bafike behlala eceleni besokuthi badlala lapha reconciliation naliyana ebhasini right
karena uthulaka lo lena ngolwane
reconciliation liyana It's like in Italy, in entertainment. So they have to be okay, bro. Yeah, they have to be okay.
Of course, they must be on talking terms.
I'm Nanyavuma.
Yeah, ungabona
ama-ex bafana manje i-problem amajida ayadelela amajida abe sekwazi ukuthi utshele sijona nomgcini sesichasa nomgcini mina bazithi awuyisiphoza sekuthengela ibhiki uninike ilift umjidi wakhe wayengena senti bona that time okwazi i-ex yakhe yona nje izokuflexela izokutshengisa ukuthi mina ngifuna ukudelela esithila afuna ukudelela abantu bakudelela esithila la ekuthengeli i-Russian uza kufela ukuthi nguthomo random angitheli i-Russian so
ndithere guys
choba thina kudelela nje
ungabuthi ulochere maybe even uchere waso X1 but maybe ngimfuna mina ibhari yakhe lana sasilala deep siyayithengiswa itshwala ibhari yakhe
sayibulala ngotshwala leya bona majida befika nje i-podcast
but mina like the closure part 100% like agree ukuthi nxa ukuthi sibili kulo muntu elake lajola elilokhe like lizondelene nxa ukuthi sibili wena usumove on like nxa 100% sure ukuthi usumove on
awusela ndaba la
like awusela ndaba la kuzama ukuthi at least
vele majenzo bakula formula because abanye bamuva on becela beboxana futhi sekishine fucked up
ungakhombisa ucherry umuze sithi khona I'm not yet ready to get into a relationship but chaye u10 uchaye
ngitshele bro
ungahlala endaweni enjalo
no like
kulo ex lapha ngoba kulo ex lapha la nguyenza owenza ukuthi I'm not ready to be because women le hope all the time
no mina I actually saw a video on TikTok umuntu ayisithi why amajita bangapheswa ucherry for isikhathi eside relationship yankona once yaqala iyaphangisa kuphela amajita afaka up then irresponse ka member was like thina majita asoziphukuphuku like I know ukuthi mina ngikushela as a member irresponse yakho nxa ngayitholanga khapha it means you have better options in as much as uzathi wena usazama uku-assessa hey I'm still getting to know you umuntu into mayifuna uyayazi ukuthi umuntu lo ngiyamfuna lo but wena ngokuthatha isikhathi lapha usunjani usuweyile ukuthi
ngizozama ngapha watesta ngapha
ungcini
suzodanela kimi
yabo then after some months subona umuntu pha sephenduka
sizodanela ku
siphunguba lo musa yabo
manje utshela bakwazi ukuthi siyabe sibona uzodanela base yakwekela
siyavuma futhi
vele ngubona izodanela le
yeah
tina majita che the moment you want
I feel like so we main conference
the moment you want to be hard to get you become a challenge and once I achieve it I'm done like wafuza to blind wena ngiyakuthola kuphela
mina I feel like with into leyo yokuba ngwa to get mele sibe lama stages like mele suke from level 1 ukuthi vele maybe nqobo ngamphenduli to okay usezama ukumphendula yabo following day asesichata yabo like not ukuthi namuhla sigrandi siyaxoxa yonke into sharp kusasa sifuna ukumbisela futhi level 1
vele progression but my professionally dangerous ngokuthi ongazi uyefika lapho ufuna ukuyefika khona akusela challenge
mina wena
kanti lifuna challenge kanti manje le 5 asayidi la umjono lo kanti lifuna 6 kanti
when you what
when I turned 30 you know what?
I think you mean Ngimncane Rumini, bro.
18.
I'm telling you,
I'm not
bro.
20,
I'm the youngest motherfucker in this room.
Man, if you give me my vibes of 20 or 18 or what, I'm done. I won't come back. Even like who blog or what's happening, I'm blog because I don't have time for nonsense. Like I'm a north of 30, and that's because Jalama games. If I want to Jalama games, I'm 2,000 for that. Sure. I remember when I'm Kombisa, and I was like, I know, let's go out for a movie. Like, movie, go stay man, say spying. I was like, at that moment, I was like, you know what?
That's why no.
That's spying. I
was
like, I was. We wrote to them compound.
Mana. Uhambo olveve road suthena enoxville
that's the one
anyazi no
give me gonna pena not that she wasn't wrong to say what she wanted.
Yeah.
But Gwimi was like, you know, this is not my class.
Bazayibone sibayeni ingena wete. Yazi impame ihlanganisa nentambo.
Awusithi podcast. Awusithi podcast.
Nangumaklasi, uthi nangumaklasi.
Yalapha wena.
No, but I hear personal reference.
Yeah.
So for personal preference.
So as I
The fuck?
because I'm not authentic.
But I know, like, at the end of the day, now the ex, elilo killing at Lizondele Neres.
Kule risk yokuthi nxa selungisisa indaba zeni leziyana liyagcina
Because vele
abantu bayachinja amachance. Okay.
khuluma
Because I want to say ukuthi ngikhuluma ex 6 months or ukhuluma ama ex 8 ukuthi ngimdala. So ngicabanga ama ex 8 years. Vele umuntu 8 years ago, you are now totally different.
Yes,
No way it will work again. Unless by some miracle of God, you actually became more the same person while you are apart. And you gotta say that would be a miracle. But for the most part,
lapha usukhulumela ukuthi usolve whatever dispute elikade lilayo or ukuthi libe line.
just ukuthi alright fine, even uzathola ukuthi vele ingce dispute wasn't even a character thing. Lapho ngixabana something. Childish thing. Wathi umama wakho kathi uyenzani egqoka weekend dala. And then la khuthana khonapho. Wathi wenza ka mtito wakho. Kwenza kwaphela la kwathelana and then lathethisana mo into za escalate.
I feel like I don't go break up.
Umntwana vele sele yiko uthathela kumele ube time eliyisweet or time elifani nje kumfana khona zimfo escalate abantu bazamdisa. So but anyway, I know, let me actually say the perfect one is cheating. You guys had a good relationship, someone cheated, and then it was irreconcilable. And then 8 years later, you meet up again, and then it was a painful.
I'm gonna cheat again.
See, that's open for debate. But uthola ukuthi umuntu lana has changed and has become umuntu found the Lord 4 years ago. Vele usumbona ukuthi umuntu lo 3 years is 6 angayazi.
I run away from anyone who has found the Lord. Like I run away. Do you know
what the fuck?
When I go to church, like when I go to church, right? Like most is on a visit, and everyone's always, the girls are always talking about marriage and all that. What's this guy saying in your life? No. For me, for me, bruh. For me, Maforty. From Maforty, all I'm saying, for me, it's like most of these people, in your life, they're probably at their prime. If they're prime. When they were worth it, when they were the eat.
Which is fine.
Why should I?
Now, I respect you for saying that,
yeah.
But I have a counter to that. The reason why I dress well and I chase money is because I realize to get a certain person, I have to dress a certain way.
Plus, like when I'm looking back, you see who point on a leoti, babe ngakufuni khona.
Wawunjani? Mina maybe mana ngizikhuluma. Mina ngeke ngaba ngumasaka machini. When I look back, I don't blame those girls for not dating me.
But then we as guys, because in a way we don't know what we want. Because uzwile lapha uthe uchererano wathi samesi bayena wathi kafuni. Actually kwasho kwaba yi-10 off. Ukuthi
la uzavuthwa futhi tshela khona.
Na. What I'm saying is Tina abantu labana asebe ku primary ithi hayi kusemfuna ngoba sediniwe asibafuni but abagijimayo futhi awumfuni ethi hallo tshone efuna ukuba phandle tshone efuna ukuphatha yeah so sifunani kahle
no
ukuthi kupick yakho uzagijima bro and angadinwa futhi ungasamfuni
when Spain is not that way gijima it's not
it was just wasn't okay
it's not a place out okay. All I'm saying is,
guys, before Skubega, Liabon Karesi is a struggler. Slam mic on 3. But never 4. And photos are one of my comment give us to Nigana Vanti mic, guys. Still any mic. Yes, still any mic.
What I'm saying is, when they're beautiful, right?
That is your kind of
when they are their prime.
Yeah.
Right? When they are prime, and they go for they don't necessarily go for good guys. No, they go for the bad guys, right? Most of the time. Ocheri at their prime.
So no team, you see when I'm a bad guy.
So what you they want to come back to the good guys.
Yeah, but I'm not mad at that because let me this is what I'm saying. So is when they come for these, when they come back to earth and they see life as is, and they want to go for these guys on another, with the good guys or the whatever, and you do know that good guy who's a same taller, who's a the hope that no one so all is. Hey, hard earned victory.
But my question still stands. As a good guy, guys, as a good guy.
You confuse the good guy, the broke guy.
No. I'm saying when
it doesn't mean ukuthi umfana ongalamali ushap.
No. Mina ngithi as a good guy. Ulendle yakho ngale sebhabse itable story le mota. Mana, utholushere kupick yakhe. Wena uyi-good guy, awufuni vele into zokutshona outside. Would you tolerate umuntu ebetshona maybe uyendlini ngo-2 ekseni?
Lazo ngama-personality type manje, lazo ngama-personality type. But utshela onke ngima yokupick.
Into emfunga izisa ukuthi
tolerate umuntu okupick.
ipick ina.
Right. Experience bro.
Ipick yibuhle.
Let's set 2 standards.
Yeah.
For ipick yamadoda. Financial stability.
Yeah.
Ipick yabafazi ibuhle.
Apha ungabe movie kakhulu.
Ebafazini. Why? Let us.
But what I'm saying is, guys, well, ngiyake ngizwe mina manje ngithi hayi lo papa kakhulu lo hayi mina vela ngimfuni umuntu lo ngani noma la konke ngihamba la member zonke ziyamhawukela like ucherelwane yakufakela ipressure imember zezamfuni ngikaze ngiphike would you say to the chereno la
I mean I would bro chero mo
to mama libukhawu umfazi wakhe.
There's a song most of you don't know. Eka Willis Watavi. It's called Nema. Nema being these lies, right? So he's saying amatu that is a stand manga. Stand kamela uchere to manga, right? So why is it in the song he says, Mina ngifuna chair. Right? Utma ngihamba la lapha amaji this kirano cheru kazibani. Ngifuna chair odi ngamisa kumasala. Masala uthi eish malokwazana wami lo. Right? Ngifuna chair odi nxa ngena singavala umnyango lapha ngifuni ePauline. You get it? Ngifuna that wild chick. So you are saying that most of the time amachita
we oversell ourselves.
No amachita sifuna yonke into le and ngase ifuna into le sihamba sidinga abantu nama different other than putting into le emuntu oyi-one.
No, but le element ye reality okumele sifake ukuthi at the end of the day awusokumthola umuntu olento ngenele.
But he is
it's called settling down.
Here's his argument ukuthi wona ungumjita most of the time uzathola cherry wakho uzadlula omunye ucherry la uzadlula ucherry la omuntu blind ekuhlanyise
okay Kbrizzy
ekuhlanyise blind right umfuni cherry lwana because somehow you think that girl is more beautiful or is more something than a girl, which is most likely not the case. Because at the end of the day, when all lights are off, clothes have been taken off, the same thing.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
No.
So what is it?
It's user.
So this show up as your father.
You're not getting me. Youngito is user based. Youngito it's user based. Right? Umuntu Macintosh or Apple, umuntu Windows. You get my point? It's user based. iPhone it's a user based thing, right? So when I tap into ngonamuthi thatha uhlanya lwakho ugijimela
lokho ngiyakuvuma mina nabade nisafuna sikhulume ngakho we just because we can never actually have one answer for relationships. So when it comes to our personality type abaye bafe mina bengisakhulumela just i-general structure
plus besikhuluma ngepeak
ukuthi amajida acomplain ukuthi ucherry laba bengamfuni kade sebephela umsobho sebemfuna. but you are also playing the game. La kade sule mali usuthola ucheri ongabatholi before sangumasa. Because you are also playing the game from
when you're married, when you're married and you're a guy, you can get any chick you want.
Yeah, was it? Hey, lalela.
When you're married,
generally, not
guys,
for the most part.
Guys, you like exposure, guys. You guys like exposure, not that other guys get away. You guys. You guys need exposure.
Keeping.
You need to go to Harare for exposure. Because
give him the mic.
I'm a goal taker.
That's what you're saying.
That's what women look for security, nothing else.
And then mphendula lapha ke mphendula la umuntu aka Jay-Z ngafika ku dating age wena uzithu le mali webusemtshelana kuma umuntu aka build
uzamphani.
La ngama isolated cases anyana.
These are isolated cases
la.
Manandla ngutshela man Jay-Z has Beyonce not because Jay-Z is an handsome person. Can you put it out? Can you put it out as is? You guys know this.
Sean Carter is a brilliant guy, bro. You know what I'm saying?
What I'm trying to debate, the point yokuthi money equals any girl you want.
That's 100%. Lokho ba yellow bone awusuzuthola ngumfana. It's fine.
Floyd Mayweather ungahamba ekhombisa eBuckingham Palace ba uyala.
Check uFloyd Mayweather angahamba ekhombisa eMkokoba. No. You guys need to understand this part. Mina ngile big badge yami Mercedes Benz. The higher chance of girls coming to my car than you coming in here.
Vele lo Maforty. Ukuthi naselifuna kube absolute ukuthi 100%.
Guys,
it's not absolute.
Mina let me tell you what happens. Yabona cherry omjida abathala emgerweni. Ucherry uzabethana nomjida ohamba le Benz, but edla umjida ohlala emgerweni.
Most of
the time, no.
I'm not enjoying
this. This is where DNA test and tests start coming in. If you look into it,
I feel like we are being unfair. Masisiba lama conversations anje.
Okay.
So like after each episode, let's have an episode where argument that is a bit balanced. Of course, maybe ngaba sebesithengela amanye ama mic amangayi. Sibele extra 2 mics.
pills, okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah,
because I feel like lapha sesikhuluma kakhulu thina amajida yabona into
bayahlanya labo bana podcast abewodwa abesithi asikhulisa kubhocha. Yeah, ikhuluma into leyo kodwa sibhocha 1 hour ngoba secretly
But anyway, I think it would be balanced because Tina Lapa sikhuluma into le.
Mina bani kusayide abafazi. Mina I'm saying vele I understand women.
Because when even that as gents, I don't want to say it like this, but here, le phase maybe it's not your whole phase. You just be having fun, bro. You be dating. Okay. So when I was for doing that and when you settle down,
okay.
One round, 2 rounds a week in just
it's a very bad tweet. I don't like the tweet, but I saw it, right? And I was like, what the fuck? This guy said, I didn't save myself up to work all hard so that I can become a stepfather. Right? That's what he said. It's
your preference, God.
Like your preference, like right? Your preference, I can. This is why I'm saying, most of the time, most girls are, the bad guys. I was once a bad guy. Guys, when you're a bad guy, chicks like you.
Man, before queer, when city like in tweeting danger, wasebenza
it's
about to be dark.
Hey.
Brace yourselves, boys.
Go ahead, my boy.
Okay.
I tweeted njalo thina akasoka wasebenza nzima ukuthi angabe uStefan. What if akazali?
Fine, which is true.
But anyways, that's a story for another day.
I hope, what I'm saying is, I'm relationships, men and women, right?
Yeah.
We all have different preferences. But the truth of the matter is, in Bulawayo, for you to attract a beautiful woman, you need to exist. You don't need money. Unlike in Harare. Because here in Bulawayo, we have the highest concentration of beautiful women per capita. ungazi uye emakhokhoma uye Ngubenja uye Sobho Park Cherry abahle bangunacho bra. You don't need to have money. You just need to exist in this city of ours. In Harare, you must be managed. In Harare, you must be managed and drive a big
but I think an episode lapho sabakhona labo sisi ukuthi sibalance agreement
basitshele labo ukuthi bona bafuna imali oqiniso kumbe bavezidla
hayi very security bayifuna abafazi ngathi ufuna utshela abahle yafana.
But in closing mina into engifuna ukuyibuza uRalph ukuthi okay nguzu usithi pick like ipick esikhuluma ngayi because besongani sesile confusion ukuthi thina siqale esikhuluma ngepick ukuthi umuntu wathi kupick wayengamfuni. We're referring to beauty. I wanna like.
But beauty and then iqedwe queen, bro.
Queen.
Hey. Sakuluma lokungana. But ipick yona leyana, to be honest, that's where lapho I think I have a data khona kakhulu and probably maybe even having sex kakhulu.
Though they have a remember you are into it.
Unfortunately, I'm known to say clean things, so I can't say what I want to say. I'll say this off air.
Ipikyonaliana, guys, we can try in sugarcoat, but Ipikyonaliana was the lapa attractive kona kakhulu.
I'm told.
But you know what's crazy, bro?
How we once mina sanga told attractive kakhulu.
Who lose?
Hey, Diddy Master.
We got a sniper in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Smith and Wesson shit.
Yeah, parlons pas.
Girlfriends that I have. The number of ex-girlfriends. I think I said it.
Mike closer to. Hey guys, let's call it a number.
I don't want to
say the number.
I don't want to say the number of ex-girlfriends that I have, right?
Yeah.
Because people will look at me in another way.
This guy's a confident man.
Yeah.
Right? But what I've learned in all these dating and what with women, right? Is guys. Uchore wano sharp. Just relax. Get your girl. I'm still on my peak. Guys, you hit my age. Before you hit ahead of my age, how old did you think I was?
Yeah.
I'm still at
I'm still ballpark it.
I'm still
I feel like putting to lay
I'm still in the market.
You go shine ngungu kitel.
Yeah, but I'm still in the market.
Akula mtu ngati mina nse go pick.
Yeah.
But what's going to be a
But women
I was saying in public.
Women are as old as they look. Women are as old as they look. Men are as old as they feel. And that's the truth. And that's the truth.
I wanted to say something. I wanted to say, you know what's crazy about this entire... Skip it. I wanted to say what's crazy about this entire conversation is that as we went about it, and we set in stone, we value yomfazi kuma looks akhe, we value indoda, you financial stability.
Of which I think is wrong and unfair. Must
because only can actually have a financial peak, start a business, but however, we are not making this up. You know, we're not independent of the entire world.
Yeah.
We pick this up.
But generally, women go for security.
Yeah, it's true.
Women look, when they want to settle, they go for the security, they look at potential.
At a certain age.
Yeah, not as men. At a certain age, then there are times where we might forego some beauty, right? When we look more into the character of a person than anything else. I
feel like conversation is our sharp. Kakhulu. Nxa ikhona umuntu esifazane ofuna ukusijoin.
No, not just one.
But into khona ukuthi but I think no, I think imele sibe le condition futhi. Ukuthi ozabuya la akula muntu amfuna la because this is business here.
Yeah,
yeah, it's true.
Yeah, it's true. My feelings aside.
Maforty is currently single.
I'm saying so it's fine.
Maforty is currently single. Is not in that bracket.
I think it would be fair if we have this conversation.
Yeah, I feel like must look as Kubega so.
Late 30s. Early 30s.
I think all ages, they should be there.
You have a
Let's have two. Let's have two.
balance.
You take them. If you have a query, keep it in the comments. Keep it in the comments. Next week we're back with more shit.
Asizanga lapha vele ngama feelings zakho wena
Asizange uzokhulumela abanye abantu.
Vele zangu
Yenzeka podcast.
Ole yakho imbono abayeze.
Sinokwethe sikukhuluma la, ngesikhulumayo.
But i-podcast leza landela kuzathiwa umayitshisa apha.
The producer has said it. Alright guys, this has been wonderful episode. But siyabonga kakhulu. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like this video, share,
click on the link for the song. Kbrizzy and Phanas, Ngaphandle featuring Oblivy, new single just dropped, available on all digital stores. Run up the numbers.
Membership.
Let's go.
Asambeni siyo join membership. Asambeni siyo lalela ingoma ka Kbrizzy. Siyabonga.
My homies keep on checking you out. They wishing to be yours and they taking you out. It's getting to my head and they pissing me off. I got some real ones and they tipping me off. I know you from the inside out. We do some real talking at my mom.